Today we are in the test kitchen making our go-to burgers.
A perfect burger bite can really take you to another place.
Juicy.
They don't have to have meat.
It just needs to be a patty between two buns.
Brioche or nothing, that's my opinion.
I love all kinds of cheeses on burgers.
I love a good sauce in there.
It's going straight in.
It's just like a flavor explosion in my mouth.
It's all things.
Is a burger a sandwich? That's the other question, and I don't really want to go there. I am very excited to cook and eat this burger. One of the off-menu items you can order at In-N-Out is like a mustard-griddled burger, and I love mustard, so I wanted to definitely incorporate mustard as an element to the actual cookery of the beef patty. There's no greater bun to me than a Martin's. It's squishy, the size is perfect. Martin's, call me. And I'm kind of always looking for a pickly, spicy element to go along with things. So for me, it's natural that I'm using a pepper jack cheese, bread and butter pickles, and some banana peppers as well. Oh, cast iron smoking. That's a nice sound. The patty is gonna be kind of like a smash burger. It's gonna have some crispy edges, but it will also have some juiciness. A sear for this kind of meat, it's gonna add to so much of the texture, the crispy, roasty bits on the edge. It's like searing a steak. You treat a burger like a steak. Fat is really important in the meat content, so this is about 20% fat. This is when it gets experimental or weird or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and put mustard on top of this, Worcestershire. Put some onions directly on it. I just checked the bottom. I like the color of this here. We're gonna flip it. Now we're cooking the sauces. Now the onions are all getting in there. I'm looking for some crispy edges. I'm looking for the color of the onions to be browning on the other side. Okay, we're gonna get some cheese on it. Pepper jack cheese, unsung hero, always in my fridge. You can take it off the heat. There's a lot of residual heat. That's gonna steam the cheese. It's just gonna take mere seconds. The steam hack, boom. Get everything from the bottom. Cheese is melty, we got some crusty bits. I can tell the onions have been nicely brown. Time to assemble, it's looking good. So we have our beautiful sesame martin bun that has been toasted with Kewpie mayo. I'm gonna add some more mayo to this. Let's do both sides. I'm a mayo person. Our patty with the onions, with the mustard, with the Worcestershire, and the pepper jack onto this. Voila. Now we're going with Bubby's bread and butter pickle. It's sweet, it's the crunch. Banana peppers I like because they're really spicy. Okay, cool. Here's the hat. She looks like she's ready to be enjoyed. She looks like she's ready to have an intimate experience. I'm ready to partake in that. It's so beefy. I love that there's plenty of pickles, there's plenty of banana peppers in there. I'm getting the pepper jack cheese. The burger is juicy. It's got some like crispy bits too. The Worcestershire and mustard is enhancing the beefiness. I really like her, you know, like a thing that I just say a lot when I enjoy food is like, just like the nodding approval of my own burger.
Namaste, आज मैं आपको वड़ा पाव बनाना सिखाने वाली हूँ. Which means, hi, I'm going to teach you how to make vada pav. A vada pav is an Indian street food snack. You have the savory bun, and then you have a spiced patty, potato patty in the center, and you serve it with this delicious dry coconut garlic chutney. I just got back from India. I missed it so much. Like I ate vada pav 3 times a week as a snack, and that's me eating it in a cab. So this coconut chutney is the dry chutney that goes on a vada pav. If you add a wet chutney, it's usually a green chutney or a tamarind chutney. Everybody has their own little mixes, but that's what I've generally seen across India. I've gone ahead and toasted my coconut with some garlic. I'm gonna start by adding this in a food processor, and I'm adding some cayenne pepper for spice. This is Kashmiri red chili. Kashmiri red chilies are not spicy. They are generally used for their sweet, kind of mild flavor and their color. This bright, beautiful, like crimson red color. So I want to break the garlic down, but we don't need this to be too fine. When you press it, it should hold together just slightly because of the garlic. I want to try a little bit. Ooh! It's spicy, it's garlicky, it's coconutty. So good. So this potato patty has some hing which is asafoetida. It's what makes Indian food Indian. It is what gives umami to dishes. I added some green chilies, a little bit of ginger, mustard seeds, turmeric, then curry leaves. I feel like they have a lemongrass vibe to it. They are super citrusy and just unlike any other herb. The mashed potatoes. And then we want them to warm through. That's going to allow the turmeric and the spices to fully kind of infuse. Just a tiny bit of lime juice, fresh cilantro. The potatoes are ready. I love the consistency. You don't have any big chunks. I'm gonna let that cool just a little bit so they're cold enough to handle to make the patties, and I'm gonna make the batter until then. Here I have this chickpea flour mix. It has chickpea flour, some rice flour because I feel like the rice flour makes it crispier. So I'm gonna add water, and there's a little bit cayenne and turmeric and salt. Because this is a potato kind of patty, you need something strong enough to hold all of that inside. That looks great. It's nice and smooth. I'm big on proportions. Our buns today are quite large, so we're gonna make kind of a jumbo vada pav. It's a big boy. This, since it's flat, is gonna lay nicely onto the bun. It won't explode and it'll be nice to eat in each bite. I'm gonna start by frying our little garnish, which are fried green chilies. They are little like spicy flavor bombs that you bite into after each bite of vada pav. And as soon as they come out of oil, I'm gonna sprinkle some salt on that. Now, you can totally use like a spatula or a spoon. I'm going traditional, and I'm gonna dunk this patty in this batter. Make sure the whole patty is covered and gently drop it in oil. I'm just going to drop in some batter like that to get those really crunchy bits that we're gonna add to our chutney. These are ready to come out. They are gonna cook faster than the vadas, so you gotta keep an eye on that. I don't know if you can hear the crunch, but they're so crunchy. These are ready to come out. So beautiful, kind of golden brown. Any bits that pop up will be a little bit darker, which means they're a little bit more crunchy. We're ready to assemble. The bun is super important, and after testing 4 or 5 brands, I finally settled on a Kaiser roll. They have just like a little bit more of a drier exterior with a super soft center, and I think that is just the perfect combination. Some of this chutney to the bottom, and then you place your vada in the center. More crunchies on top. Serve it with some fried chilies. I'm so happy looking at this. It takes me back to India, just the smells. Vada pav is an emotion for me. The sizes of vada pav in India are kind of half of this, so it's really easy to take a bite. I'm gonna cut this in half. The potato is just so perfectly spiced. I love that the bread is not sweet, super savory, holds the potato so well. The chutney with the crispy kind of chickpea bits add so much crunch and texture, and then you get this like spiced umami chili bomb. It really satisfies my cravings of eating a burger. I'm gonna finish this.
Burgers are kind of a guilty pleasure. It's something, that's like way too easy to overindulge in. Both of my favorite burgers, whether it's the Emmy Squared burger, Le Big Mac, or it's the burger at David's Cafe here in the East Village, are both using the Big Mac as inspiration. 2 thin patties stacked with optimal cheese, special sauce, and in this case, a pretzel bun. For me, the smash burger is the platonic ideal of a burger. Kind of thin patty with lots of surface area, so you get tons of browning, tons of Maillard reactions, tons of flavor. I'm gonna be using Cooper Sharp American cheese. This one just has a little bit of sharpness to it, almost like a cheddar kind of aspect, despite being a high moisture content, easy to melt cheese. First things first, need to get the bun in the oven. And now we need to not leave it in there and burn it to like a sort of battered little hulk. Next thing, we need to do our special sauce. So these are pickled Calabrian chilies. They don't just give you heat, there's like a kind of earthy funk to them almost. In order to get the special sauce itself to taste balance on its own, some amount of fat needs to be present in there. The sauce also needs to provide a little bit of that brightness, hence the ketchup, hence the pickle relish. Sauce is done, we're gonna cook the patties. All right, so I wanna start with balls of meat. seasoned fairly aggressively here. This is 2 3-ounce patties of 20% chuck. I would never go like 90%. I just don't think it has enough fat to it. Smash burger is all about the griddle, okay? And the technique is get the patty down, using that second spatula to really force the first one down is really key. If you're just trying to force it like this is acting as a lever and you're not really gonna be able to like apply as much force to it. Also getting like enough fat in there so that you're making good contact with the griddle and the cooking surface is really key. And then leaving it alone to let the fat start to render out of the burger and start to develop that color, which is gonna mean flavor later on. This cheese wants to melt, so it should happen pretty quickly. I think we're good. Bun's ready to go. It's toasty, got like nice and pillowy on the inside, but great texture on the outside. I think it's key to have your condiment on both sides of the bun. You wanna have like a critical mass of it. Otherwise, you're just not gonna taste it enough. I'm also happy with the burgers. Like, see how we're getting like some like nice juices coming out of it? It means like it's not overcooked. Some of these chunky bread and butter pickles, I'll just go through and I'll make them a little bit thinner to disperse that pickle flavor a little bit more readily and means you get more bites. These are the important elements for me. Double stack patty, cheese, special sauce. This is gonna give you everything. This is like an ode to Cooper cheese, I'm sorry. There's something about the pretzel bun and just its ability to hold on to all this that I do think is special. We got Cooper everywhere. We got the bread and butter pickles. We've got like bits of Calabrian chili kind of swimming around. We've all probably had a burger that was really good, okay? But like we wouldn't necessarily try to do it at home. This is a burger you can literally make yourself to really, really, really high standards any time of year, no problem.
Today, I'm making a shrimp burger. We're gonna make a patty. We're gonna bread it with panko and fry it. And on top of the shrimp patty, we're gonna have egg salad. Growing up in Taiwan, I eat a lot of it from this burger chain called Mos-Burger, M-O-S. It's a Japanese burger chain. First, we're gonna make the egg salad. It's gonna also act like a sauce on top of the patty. It's gonna have a nice sweetness and some nice flavor from this onion, Kewpie mayo, ketchup, just to add some extra sugar and sourness in there. We love mayo in our burgers. We love egg in our burgers. What if they come together as an egg salad? What if? What if? Now we're gonna make the shrimp patty. I have raw shrimp here. 2/3 of it is minced into a paste, and then 1/3 of it is cut into like kind of a bigger chunks. So you have like a nice texture going on in there. We have some salt here, potato starch, black pepper for binding, just to add a tablespoon of egg in there. Get them very evenly distributing in this mixture. Now we're gonna form this into a patty shape. So this is a nice thickness. It is a more delicate patty, so if you go too thin, it might break apart. Now we're gonna bread it. We're using bread flour, and bread flour has a little more protein content than all-purpose flour. We're gonna move to our egg, and now we're gonna move to our final plate. I love panko because it really creates a very nice crust on fried foods. We're ready to go fry this patty. We're gonna really, very carefully drop this into your fryer. We're gonna fry about like 2 to 3 minutes per side until it's golden brown. Transfer it onto here. Lightly season it with some fine salt. And just one side is okay. The sauces are gonna do a lot for the flavorings. And now we're done with our patty. So we have our buttered brioche buns, soft and eggy. Some wasabi sauce. I love this wasabi in this burger because it adds like an extra punch to it. I'm gonna put a little bit of raw cabbage, our very nicely fried shrimp patty, some egg salad on top. Don't be shy with it. A nice little squeeze of lemon juice. Lemon and shrimp, always a good pairing. The top bun, shrimp burger. I'm gonna try to eat it every single layer at once. I feel like I'm tasting summer. The patty is really nice. The outside of the layer, it's like perfectly crispy. That seafood flavor with the bed of cabbage, with the wasabi, sauciness from the egg salad, and then with that very nice, hot, snappy texture bun. It's so good, guys. You need to try it.
The burger we're talking about, my ultimate burger, I would go with richness, I would go with fattiness, I would go with acid forward, I would go spice. I would really like to have kind of different levels of flavor. We're gonna have an 8-ounce grass-fed patty. We're gonna have a bacon-chile jam. We're gonna be creating bacon butter. Obviously, we're gonna be using Hawaiian buns, which is my favorite type of bun for burgers. And then we're gonna have some Kraft Singles cheese right over the top. You'll see like this burger is it's good as. So we're gonna start our bacon-chile jam. And the way you can get it to these kind of small cuts is you wanna freeze the bacon first in slabs, and then take it out, then dice them real small. And to clarify, this bacon jam doesn't have sugar, okay? So we're gonna keep cooking this down, reserving the fat as it comes. You wanna get to this crispy point here, it's gonna take about 45 minutes. So we're gonna add our poblanos now, onions, chili de árbol. Chili de árbol is pretty spicy, especially if it's fresh, but we want that flavor. You want it to be almost like a condiment on top. So what you wanna do is just saute this out for a little bit, add our mustard seed. I wanted to give it that kind of flavor profile without adding a spread of mustard. You know, some people don't really like that. And let's taste it. It's nice spice to it. You can see every kernel of all the components. And that's why it's so important to cut everything the same size. Our 8-ounce grass-fed patty is here. I like using grass-fed because I think it's the most natural way of eating the beef. The bite is great. The texture of the meat is great. It's like you're eating a steak in a burger patty. You have to grease the grill. The grass-fed doesn't have that much fat to it. So if you don't grease it, it'll stick. It's probably gonna cook about 4 minutes on each side. And one rule about a burger is don't play with it too much. It's no need, you know? Give it the nice color, give it the nice sear, give it its due time to cook on the grill. For me, I like to be like 4 feet away from the grill with my drink. You know, try to be as minimal as possible, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm looking for is really on the side of the burger. When you see it start kind of like creeping up, the color change, it's about to be that time to flip it. Nice texture on the other side. That's what you really want, is that nice crispy crust, you know? So now it's probably a minute out for medium rare, 2 minutes out. I'm gonna let it rest, and then we're gonna go ahead and build the burger. First things first, we have to toast our bun, and you have to make sure that your bun is the same size as your patty, okay? That's key. I toasted it with my best friend, QP Mayo. This is our bacon butter. This is from the reserve fat. We took some room temperature butter, some panko breadcrumbs, manchego cheese, thyme, and we just emulsified it in a RoboCoupe. I make a big batch of these. I have this in my freezer all the time. I can put it on top of burger, I can put it on top of steaks, all type of stuff. And then we're gonna go ahead and torch it. You want that mild reaction on top of this, all right? It's key. It gives it that next level flavor, okay? Next, don't be shy, all right? Use Kraft Singles, okay? Don't use the expensive stuff, like that guy back there, all right? This bacon butter and this Kraft Singles is gonna give the fatty, unctuous flavor that this patty needs because it's grass-fed. Boom. We're gonna go ahead and put the burger right on the bottom bun there. We got some shredded iceberg that's been dipped in cold water. That's gonna give it that kind of crunch that you're looking for. Assembly is very important to a burger because you're talking about first impressions, first bites, first dates, best foot forward, a couple of pieces of onion, not too much. You don't want that onion breath, right? Sliced tomato, right on top, bacon poblano chili. And you wanna use the tomato as your bed. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call a burger, all right? Moment of truth. So good. The bacon butter is saving it crazy. This is the perfect bite. The bacon butter is just basically seeped into this meat. The Kraft Singles giving that nice cheese sweetness to it. The bacon relish just gives it the spice and then a little bit of texture also from the crispy bacon. And then the bun itself is just holding it together. Wow. Amazing.
We're going spinach artichoke today. Those are some of my favorite flavors, and it's not exactly what you'd think. The burger itself is kind of creamy on the inside from the potato, but it's also got a nice crispy seared exterior. This is the ultimate veggie burger because it's not trying to be anything. It's not trying to imitate meat, it's just itself. And it's savory, it's a little bit spicy, it's got the creaminess from the tzatziki sauce and a nice crispy brioche bun exterior. It makes it really the Mediterranean burger of your dreams. The first thing we're gonna do today is build our patty. And the best part about this is it's all gonna go into a food processor and come together very quickly. I actually sauteed some spinach and garlic. That just really makes the garlic really nice and aromatic. Also gonna add in some white miso. It's just gonna give some umami to the burger. Red pepper flakes. Nutritional yeast is gonna kind of give a cheesy-ish flavor to this burger. Sunflower seeds giving that fattiness. We also have some boiled potatoes here. It adds like a richness and a creaminess to the burger itself. Artichoke hearts, breadcrumb, really great binder. Having a binding agent is extremely important because usually with vegetable-based patties, they just fall apart as soon as you build them. You can use breadcrumbs, you can use potato, you can use brown rice. There's so many different options. We're gonna add some salt, black pepper, and we also have parsley. I'm actually going to be using both the leaves and the stems because the stems have so much flavor. We're gonna mix this all together. Your mixture should look like this. As you can see, it's already kind of binding on its own. So we're gonna pop this bad boy in the fridge and allow it to set for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes have passed, dun dun dun. The texture is more moldable. That's from the starchiness of the potatoes. I definitely wanna make sure that this is gonna fill up my bun very nicely. I like a cast iron skillet for searing my veggie burgers because I think it creates a really crispy out exterior. A general nonstick pan just doesn't do it in my opinion. We're gonna get that patty right onto the stove in that Nutri oil. Ooh, hear that sizzle? That's what it's all about, babies. Oh yeah, nice crispy golden exterior. I typically like to move my burger around to the side a little bit and rotate the burger. That way each side can get a nice little sear. You'll get crispiness on the exterior all the way around the burger. Minimal residue, not bad. Not bad. Most veggie burgers really fall apart at this stage. I'm not kidding. And there we go. I always think after you sear or fry, you should add a little bit more salt. We've got our toasted brioche. Next thing we did here was create a tzatziki sauce, which is a Greek-style creamy yogurt sauce. If you don't have cheese, you better have sauce. It's very important to toast your bun and give it a little bit more structure because when using fresh toppings like lettuce or tomato, you want to make sure that your burger doesn't necessarily get super soggy. She's so pretty. Look at that. It's fire. Honestly, there's a lot of flavor going on here. You get like a nice little punch of acid from the lemon juice that's in the tzatziki sauce, but you also get the cooling factor of the cucumber. You really get that crunchy exterior of the burger and then that creamy punch from the center of it. It is a messy burger, but eating's no fun without a mess.
Yeah, burgers. Am I right? Crazy enough to work. Yeah.